I record this video Tuesday 23rd of October 2012. It's 1:19 p.m. Chicago time, so a little bit before the close, but just thought I'd get another video out. And well, there you go. Said it wasn't over, and with today's activity, we're back down at the Draghi lows. So if you look at the daily chart, looking at volume, 1.3 million contracts traded. These were these two spikes. This is the ECB announcement with Mario Draghi, and this is the Bernanke bounce. And then so we came down last time on Friday to the lows there of the Bernanke kind of spike, and then today's activity we come down to the lows of the Draghi spike. So 14, I think it was about 1402 was the low today. So I think we made a little bit of exhaustion volume on the downside. Let me show you those charts. But here's old poor little Apple. That spike up yesterday, and we're kind of closing back down towards the lows of those ranges. And the long-term chart, 13,000, just looking at 13,500. I was saying yesterday, this thing is not over until we see an exhaustion selling signal kind of on a left shoulder. So this is the exhaustion selling that kind of gets us going. Here it was a really extreme kind of number down here. And with today's activity, we've got exhaustion on kind of a left shoulder. And you can see with yesterday's activity, and this was really important, yesterday's, all that ramping that happened up to 1430 at the end of yesterday was all blue professional bars. Let me just show you this on the 1500 tip bar chart here. That's the close of yesterday's activity. All of that activity from 20 to 30, bang, all these blue professional bars kind of running up there. Poor old Rambo patterns with the amateurs at the top. So there's those blue professional bars, Rambo patterns, and then we did not have Rambo patterns, professional bars coming at the lows yesterday. They were coming in at the highs, and so they were getting short. Overnight we had this huge sell-off, and there's the blue professional bars coming in at the lows today with that exhaustion pattern. So that kind of gives me a little bit of a sense that this is where the market's going to rest for a while around here until it starts to build a base and have a little bit of a rally kind of test up. For me, the big lesson of the day, well, a couple of things. First of all, I was lucky because at 4:48 Chicago time, I went short at 4:19. Right into here, we had this huge sell-off, and I hadn't been looking at my charts, but I'm in France at the moment, so when I kind of checked the charts and saw this huge kind of sell-off, just thinking, well, that's kind of tempting to do a trade before the open. And we had these two amateur up bars into support. Support becomes resistance, and this moves down into pullback to end of trend. So at those kind of signs of weakness there, went short at 14.19 and pulled out 5 points on this move down. So I was lucky. Most people in the US were asleep while that was happening, so didn't have the benefit of seeing what was going on there. And for me, the lesson for today was always wait for exhaustion patterns to show you a change in trend. We had this sequence, so I have to. This move was so extreme, it's difficult to show the detail on the chart. So we'd have pullback to end of trend, and then we had this professional up bar into resistance. The market started to sell off. Down here we had blue professional bars kind of come in. We had bullish divergence here. We looked to be making a little bit of a base there at 1408 or so. And then we had this amateur down bar here. We had a spike down blue professional bar. All of that looks like we're kind of building a base. The amateurs are getting wrong-footed. The professionals are buying that spike, and then we come up to 1411, which was an important level because it was the point at which we had spiked down before. The end of trend have gone off at that level. On the 4500 tip bar chart, it was here at this point here on better sine wave. You can see that support. So support becomes resistance. We come into that and we kind of sell down. So because I was seeing this kind of strength, I was thinking, oh well, maybe it's enough that we don't have an exhaustion selling pattern to exhaust it, everybody, and we'll go for a little bit of a run to the upside until we get an exhaustion pattern and maybe kind of come down. Well, no, 1411 was that kind of key number. We turned around there, and I was kind of I had a couple of short trades, a long trade, until I finally got with the kind of the rhythm of what was going on, and then went short at 825 here to catch this move on the way down, and picked up 5 points on the way there. I've managed to lose myself 3.5 or something with my ins and outs during this kind of activity here. And so it was a good day for me, but that was just the lesson was this downtrend is not over until you see exhaustion selling. So no point messing around with long trades. You're kind of looking for any signs of weakness that this is going to break down. And the signs of weakness were blue professional bars coming in at this support level, falling through the lows of that, and then we kind of get continuation on the way down here. And then this thing ends up with a dirty end of trend. There's the pullback level, and then the cyclical turn after pullback. It's an untidy pullback level, so that becomes a what I call a dirty end of trend there, and we start to rally from there. But into the close, we've had exhaustion buying here, bearish divergence, pullback to end of trend flush patterns, and so on. And the market's kind of sold off a little bit. So, lesson kind of learned. Do not consider trades against the direction and trend until you've seen this kind of finishing off pattern where you need exhaustion selling and an end of trend price needs to kind of complete as well. So that's the lesson for me today. Anyway, so hope you traded well. I think we're just going to muck around at the lows. I'm not sure if I'm going to trade tomorrow because I'm really unsure about kind of directionally what it's likely to do. But I'll tag on that last trade. But as I say, for me it was pretty untidy during this sequence, and I missed this short trade here. I got shaken out of it when we kind of went to those highs, broke the blue professional bar there. So hope you traded well today. 825, short 825. Market's just kind of collapsing down. I got shook out of that short at 925 when we broke the high of that blue professional bar. Here we go. So here we go. Okay. I'm just moving my target out to 225, just keep it out of the way, see what happens. We break into new lows. We hadn't seen that exhaustion selling on the downside, and just annoyed that I jumped out right when that high of that blue professional bar got taken out. So that's a big slippage, point of slippage. So let's see where this goes. Pull back to end of trend. It's got to run on the 4500 tip bar chart. This is coming here. This thing's really collapsing now. Down in sixes and 11,000 on better momentum, kind of bouncing from there. But this has got to run. Anyway, we've got to do pullback to end of trend on 500, probably on 1500 as well. And see where this kind of support comes in on the 4500 tip bar chart. Minus 11,000. The reading on the upside up here was big. It was, what was that? 15. So finding a little bit of strength, but yeah, we just got to hold on. This starting to roll over now. Did just get exhaustion selling on the downside on 1500, an ugly spike back up to entry, but Rambo patterns kind of up here. Support becomes resistance. So, and we got cyclical resistance kind of due, so that should be pulled back to end of trend. But we've still got some time to run here, so let's keep holding on. I think definitely the momentum's to the downside. So here we go, pullback levels in, Rambo patterns up here, blue professional bars kind of getting short on that spike up, and then we're coming down. Don't like these, don't know why we've been doing so many of these lately, but pullback to end of trend on 4500's got to run. And some kind of ending sequence here with a bullish divergence, but well, we bounced, pull back to end of trend 500, pull back to end of trend on 45, so seemingly around sixes we're kind of finding it difficult to get through. But we're below support here. Could be support caught by overshooter support 1500 caught by the support in the next highest time frame. It's not incredibly convincing, so still just going to hold on. Alright, here we go, dropping through support again, down to fives. Must admit, with this blue professional bar bullish divergence kind of coming in, I was tempted to jump out at 7.25, but never happened. Kind of came back down here, and really for that to work, that support level would have needed to have just been kind of here. That would have been a nicer play. So as we're doing that, it's going to probably have to run pullback to end of trend, and it's new lows, and 1401 is not that far away, which is the breakout level for Draghi. So let's see, blue professional bar's kind of coming here, down blue professional bar here. But with this move on 1500, surely we've got to make pullback to under trend even on 1500. So it's just another blue professional bar down here. So Maybe they think that's enough, but let's continue holding. Let's reach the initial target at 425. Just looking for 225. Broke into threes there. Yeah, it's all collapsing. Exhaustion, selling. And then bang. So we've got to make pullback to end of trend. Here we go. Threes. To 325. Exhaustion, selling. Came in a whole bunch of blue professional bars. 1500 and 4500. Got to make pullback to end of trend on 500 and. Tempted to move the target to 3.5, but let's just keep it at 2.25. Sorry, 3.25 from 2.25. This is, this has got to make pullback to end of trend even on 1500. So let's move my target to 3.25. Just hoping to get another push down and just go past that previous low and just get taken out. Just getting a little bit nervous just because these blue professional bars kind of come in here. So bouncing up an amateur down bar, we still need pullback to end of trend to kind of take us back down again, so fingers crossed. Just out at 325, 4.5, and pullback to end of trend, and the trend's just about to go off here. Blue professional, there we go. Blue professional bar just came in here, so I'm actually happy I moved my target. That's good. And it's going low. What a day! And when you look at the damage that was done after yesterday, put 1430, all those blue professional bars, bang. Was it twos? Yeah, so maybe that 225 would get hit. Yep. Oh man. Unbelievable. Anyway, good day. Hope you traded well.